What gives a car staying power in people's memories? Is it a bold design, brute horsepower, or the way it stirs up nostalgia? Inside Jay Leno's garage sits one of the largest and most storied private car collections in the world, home to some of America's most celebrated automobiles. But tucked among the legends are also a handful of cars that history hasn't been quite so kind to. Here are 10 of the most notorious, quirky, or impractical American vehicles Leno has chosen to keep anyway.
10. 1963 Ford Falcon Sprint. The Falcon Sprint arrived as a sportier spin on Ford's compact Falcon lineup, which had launched back in 1960 as an affordable, no-frills car. What made the Sprint different was that Ford dropped in a small block V8 in place of the inline-six that powered most other Falcons. It gave the little car a jolt of extra punch, around 164 horsepower, depending on how it was equipped. Buyers could pair that engine with a 3- or 4-speed manual, or even a 2-speed automatic. Despite its place in Ford's history, the Sprint drew criticism for sitting awkwardly between two identities. It wasn't a genuine muscle car like the soon-to-arrive Mustang, but it also wasn't the practical economy car the Falcon was originally meant to be.
1932 Duesenberg SJ. The Duesenberg Model SJ represents the brand at its most extravagant. Under the hood sat a supercharged 6.9-liter straight-8 with dual overhead cams, 4 valves per cylinder, and hemispherical combustion chambers. Advanced engineering for its day. Good for roughly 265 horsepower, and making it one of the fastest production cars of the era. A 3-speed manual gearbox handled the power. Leno bought his SJ decades ago in rough shape, but it had remained largely original and complete. The SJ has long been criticized for its sheer extravagance, especially given it launched right as the Great Depression took hold. Steep running costs put it out of reach for most buyers, and even small touches like its onboard altimeter struck some as excess for excess's sake.
8. 1961 Chrysler 300G. Part of Chrysler's exclusive Letter series, the 300G was built around performance and standout styling. Its 413 cubic inch V8 used Chrysler's distinctive cross-ram intake system, long aluminum runners feeding a 4-barrel carburetor on each side, tuned differently for street or performance use, and cranking out 370 horsepower, making the 300G one of the strongest cars on the road at the time. A 3-speed push-button torque-flight automatic delivered smooth shifts befitting its luxury image, while still allowing for spirited driving. Even so, the 300G took heat for its thirsty V8, just as buyers were starting to favor more economical cars, and its steep price and limited production kept it a niche pick.
7. 1936 Cord 812. Following on from the Cord 810, the 812 stood out for its front-wheel drive and forward-thinking design. Its Lycoming V8 made a base 125 horsepower, but with a supercharger bolted on, output jumped to around 170 horsepower at 3,500 RPM, an unusually potent combination for a 1930s car. A 4-speed pre-selector manual handled gear changes smoothly. Given his habit of tweaking his cars, Leno likely made some mechanical or cosmetic refinements of his own while keeping the car's original character intact. The 812 struggled commercially as the Depression squeezed sales, and its innovative hidden headlamps came with their own share of mechanical headaches.
6. 1916 Crane Simplex Model 5 Holbrook Skiff. This elegant land yacht reflects the craftsmanship of the brass era. A 4-cylinder Crane Simplex engine made around 40 horsepower, modest by later standards, but plenty to move the car with confidence, paired with a 4-speed selective transmission for smooth, efficient shifting. As a known collector of unusual automobiles, Leno likely preserved the Model 5's refined look while quietly optimizing its mechanicals. Its craftsmanship aside, the car's luxury pricing kept it out of reach for most buyers even in its own time, limiting how many were ever sold.
5. 1966 Dodge Coronet. Built between 1965 and 1970, the Coronet was known for straightforward styling and dependable performance. The 1966 lineup offered a wide spread of engines,
A base inline-6 at 170 cubic inches, making 101 horsepower, a stronger 225 cubic inch 6 with 145 horsepower and 215 pound-feet of torque, and V8 options ranging from a 273 cubic inch unit at 180 horsepower up to a 318 at 230 horsepower, topped by a 440 cubic inch V8 rated at 365 horsepower. Leno's example, appreciated for its place in Dodge's history, reportedly carries upgrades like an Edelbrock intake and Holley carburetor. Even so, the Coronet arrived just as buyers were shifting towards smaller, more fuel-efficient cars, and its size, thirst, and price worked against broader appeal.
4. 1958 Imperial Convertible. Built from 1957 to 1958, the Imperial Convertible packed a 392 cubic inch Hemi V8 under its long hood, good for 345 horsepower. A 3-speed push-button torque-flight automatic delivered smooth shifting to match its luxury positioning. True to form, Leno likely kept the car's classic look intact while possibly sharpening up its mechanicals. But the Imperial launched right as tastes were turning towards smaller, thriftier cars, and its high price tag didn't help. Factors that hurt its popularity far more than any flaw in the car itself.
3. 1993 LCC Rocket. Built in tiny numbers, fewer than 50 total, between 1991 and 1998, the Rocket was built around a tandem 2-seat layout on a tubular steel space frame. Power came from a mid-mounted Yamaha FZR 1000 inline-4 motorcycle engine, making over 140 horsepower, sent to the rear wheels through a 5-speed sequential transaxle with a 2-speed final drive and limited slip differential. Essentially, a superbike engine dropped into a featherweight chassis. Leno, a noted tinkerer, likely made his own tweaks to sharpen the car further. The Rocket's stripped-down, exposed mechanical approach split opinion. Some saw it as impractical and uncomfortable, others as one of the purest driving experiences ever built. A car made not for the masses, but for enthusiasts chasing an unfiltered thrill.
Number 2. The 1966 Lincoln Continental. Part of Lincoln's fourth-generation Continental, offered as both a sedan and a convertible, this car's centerpiece was a 462 cubic inch V8, making roughly 340 horsepower and 485 pound-feet of torque. It's smooth and strong at low RPM, which is pretty much ideal for effortless cruising. Leno picked up his example from a local owner and has kept it essentially stock, just to preserve its original engineering. Despite its luxury and power, though, the Continental gets labeled one of the worst American cars of its time. That's largely because of its sheer size, over 19 feet long, making it a nightmare to maneuver or park, plus a thirsty V8 during a period of climbing gas prices. Even the features that were advanced for the time, like automatic climate control and a power-retracting rear window, well, they just meant more things that could go wrong.
1913 Mercer Raceabout. Built in Trenton, New Jersey during the brass era, the Mercer Raceabout is often called America's first true sports car. Where rivals leaned heavy, Mercer stripped things down. A lightweight chassis paired with a compact 4.9-liter inline-4, making around 58 horsepower, delivering a driving experience far more thrilling than the numbers suggest. That same minimalism is what made it impractical day-to-day. No roof, no doors, not even a windshield, leaving it exposed to the elements and demanding a mechanic who really understood its intricate engineering.
Leno's collection is full of America's most fascinating automotive missteps, cars defined as much by their quirks as their flaws. Which one surprised you most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more automotive stories.